It takes many staff and thousands of unpaid volunteers throughout the country to make scenes like this possible. This channel shows you some of the behind the scenes goings on that turns rusty scrapyard wrecks like this into magnificent working machines like this. If you're railway mad, then this is the channel for you. This is the renamed Railway Maniacs YouTube channel, where we aim to bring you a fresh new episode every other Sunday. In our last episode, titled Unregulated, we cut a hole in the front tube plate so we could access the inside of the boiler and release the regulator. In this episode, we are working on the DRAGBOX. DRAGBOX? What's a DRAGBOX? Well, where is it and what does it do? Let's find out. The DRAGBOX is located underneath the cab. Its job is to connect the locomotive to the tender and pull the entire train. What I am pointing to there is the left-hand emergency safety link running across there, and that is connected to a pin welded inside the DRAGBOX. You should just be able to see it there at the bottom of the picture any minute. Not the hole there. What's at the bottom of the picture is the pin that it goes into. You can see there the rubbing plates where the loco joins the tender. You pull out. Let's have a quick look inside that cab. It seems pretty quiet in there at the moment, but not for long. Let's go back to 34058 Sir Frederick Pile and begin work on the DRAGBOX. Here we are just before the cab and the boiler came off. Looking at the back of the loco, here we are, okay. So there we have the trailing axle, and just above that is the DRAGBOX assembly. Let's take a closer look there. Now as we can see what we're doing. There is the left link that we pointed to earlier. There's another corresponding one to the right. See, they're loose because they're not totally attached. They're there just for emergencies. And the center, the drawbar, that's where the whole force of the train goes through, and it's surrounded by the rubbing plate. Now this is where things start to look ugly. We've already removed the rivet heads that secure the DRAGBOX to the frames at the side. That's done in a matter of means. One of them was with the oxyacetylene, just to heat them up and drip them off, or just grind them off with a grinder, which takes a little bit more time. So you can get a better view of these now. You've got some shrapnel sort of building up inside there now, but you can see the holes inside there that are just rotten. Part of one of the rivets there. Quick peep on top, you can see the holes and the rot. And some of the metal's just dissolved. To the right there you can see they're the frames. You can see there's a line where they're joined. Part of this is dissolved there. That's the side of the DRAGBOX where it connects to the frames, and there's not much of that left. So that is why most of this DRAGBOX is absolute scrap. It's pretty rough. See, right in front there is where effectively the tow bar is. The little dome there, you can see the drawbar going through the hole. That is really, really bad. I've given Alan some instructions that we need some souvenirs out of this, but apart from that, it's going to be scrap. We should be able to save the rubbing plate on the rear there. One quick last look at the DRAGBOX before Alan gets the cutting torch out and begins the cutting. I think Alan here with two L's has developed some sort of emotional bond between himself and the oxy cutting plant because he seems to ask for it every single week. After a short time, it comes apart.
You've broken it. At the end in there. There's a lump, there's a bottom. There you go.
Doing what I'm doing.
Alan now ponders his next move, the next few steps to cutting lumps out of this thing. As you can see, the souvenirs are being unearthed. Don't forget that this Railway Mad YouTube channel brings you fresh new footage every other Sunday. So please hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel to make sure that you can check up on our regular progress reports. It looks like Alan has decided on a working lunch. He's decided to miss out on his tea and biscuits. When the rest of us have returned from our tea and biscuits, we found that Alan has nearly completed the job. Here are our souvenirs, our two safety links and their associated pins. The drawbar and pin are now on the track bed, so that's free of the loco, while Paul C decides to steady the loco, thinking there's going to be an upcoming earthquake in the area. The remains are then lifted away with the forklift. The remaining part of the drag box can only be removed once the trailing truck has been removed from underneath the frames. Plan A was just to give it a push and see what happens, and then we'll think about plan B. We've not got those things that we used to move in the coaches, them lever bars. It's the hard way, yeah?
Rock. And again. Go put your back into it.
In 2 weeks' time, you'll be able to see the next instalment of this restoration of Sir Frederick Pile 34058. But if you'd like to see our previous video, click here. And click here to subscribe to the Railway Mad YouTube channel, where we publish fresh new Railway Mad videos every other Sunday.